Aloha! Greetings to all and welcome to Keep Living the Dream. My name is Matt Higashida.
And I'm Suzette Higashida. Since our cruise ended in Whittier, Alaska, we needed to get to Anchorage, so we took the Alaska Cruise Transportation Big Bus Tour to get to Anchorage. We had to go through the Anton Anderson Memorial Tunnel, which is a 2.5-mile long tunnel and is considered the longest tunnel in North America.
After coming through the tunnel, we had a quick photo op at Portage Lake. In our transit to Anchorage, we also visited the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center, which is basically a wildlife sanctuary. It was interesting to note that injured animals could be brought to this facility to recover, and other animals, including the muskox that were once living in Alaska and became extinct, they were brought here to this facility too. We hope you enjoy this video and learn a little more about the Alaskan wildlife. Much aloha and mahalo to all. Take care and keep living the dream. Aloha kakahiaka. Good morning. Today is August 21st, 2024. Suzette and I are eating our last breakfast aboard the Grand Princess, and she have a nice plate of gluten-free food, and I have a nice bowl of fresh fruit and banana bread and oatmeal and granola on the bottom. This is like my staple breakfast, and the food has been excellent on this cruise. Wow, gotta get back to reality and eat a more whole food plant-based diet. Okay, aloha everyone, take care and keep living the dream.
So we are nice and early for the 9 o'clock tunnel release. It was nice seeing those semi-trucks heading in the opposite direction. They had come through the tunnel. It's nice to see those because it means the tunnel's open. Now those trucks caught the 8:30 tunnel, so every hour at the 30-minute mark, traffic is released from the opposite end of this tunnel. Here comes some more vehicles from that tunnel. Just close your eyes, cover your eyes. Believe me, that does work, okay? That's what I'll be doing. Making my way through this tunnel. Motorcyclists are, however, they are required to wear a helmet. Okay, here in Alaska, we don't have a helmet law for motorcyclists. So yeah, if they want to feel the wind or the concrete through their hair, that's their prerogative. But in this tunnel, they are required to wear a helmet in case they do fall off. They need to be able to bounce back up and get on their bike. Now the train cars that used to ride the vehicles through this tunnel, they weren't your typical flatbed train cars. They were much lower to the ground. You'd have to drive up on a ramp. They almost look like bird cages on wheels. Whittier's a very tiny little town. Only 300 people live in Whittier. During the winter time, only a handful of cars per day, if that, make their way way through this tunnel. It's only this time of year when the cruise ships dock in Whittier that this tunnel sees significant traffic. Hey, if the cruise ship companies want to pony up some dough, sure. Approaching the last safe house here on the way, and that is the light at the end of the... Oh, hear that buzzing noise. The first and last safe houses in this tunnel are equipped with massive high-powered jet engine fans that keep the air in this tunnel somewhat fresh. You know, with traffic altering directions, the exhaust fumes from cars, it can get pretty stinky in this tunnel, especially after the train goes through here also. Some of you may have noticed a little blinking red light at the last safe house. He said, keep left when exiting, because if you don't, you wind up staying on the railroad tracks. You have to remember to turn that light off when the train comes through here. Our eyes have adjusted, dilated a little bit from being underground for so long, so here we are, Portage Valley. Oh, beautiful. Check to make sure all your family members are still here. We didn't lose anybody in the tunnel, did we? Alright, that's good, that's good. We're approaching the staging area here. These folks are waiting for the next tunnel release at the 30-minute mark, 9:30. Okay. Now this is a toll tunnel, so up here you'll see a toll booth. It's kind of weird. You'd think you'd have to pay to leave Whittier instead of coming into Whittier and make more money that way. But it is a toll tunnel, so your normal car costs $13 to make your way through this tunnel. Your pickup truck towing a boat, that's $22. Your run-of-the-mill RV camper will run you about $38. This bus, $137. Your semi-truck, tractor trailer, $330. Now they do keep this tunnel open in the wintertime. This garage off to our left has a handful of massive snow removal equipment. If you don't want to get some fresh air out there on the left, that front end loader, very good. And the tunnel authority up here, folks. Really nice people in this building here. They're so excited to tell us the story of when the safe houses were used in this building. Yeah, about 4 or 5 people, maybe 6, hanging out in this building, constantly keeping an eye on things. There are over 30 cameras back behind us in that tunnel. So keeping an eye on things, making sure smooth operations underway. Been a handful of times when cars break down, they're gonna get a tow truck in there. That can really cause a delay.
Alaska Cruise Transportation Tour. First stop.
This is Portage Lake and Glacier.
Where do you want me?
Right in the middle. No, you're right in the middle.
Right here? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers.
And this is Eddie, our tour guide.
Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Alaska. It's so hot out here. Gosh, I need to take these clothes off.
10 o'clock direction, that is Byron Glacier. That is Byron Glacier, okay? Now, it used to be that we used to be able to see the Portage Glacier on the opposite end of this lake at lake level, but times have changed. We can no longer see the Portage Glacier from here. Now, if you have time in Anchorage, if you're renting a car, you can come on back down here and take the little ptarmigan boat on the other side of that lake there. The ptarmigan boat will take you up to the face of the Portage Glacier. It's a nice day to do that today. The times have changed. We can no longer see the Portage Glacier from here. Now, I'll be honest, I'm only 35 years old, but I can't help but feel significantly older because I remember seeing the face of the Portage Glacier on the other side of that lake, folks. Times have changed. I remember massive icebergs floating around out here in this lake the sizes of small houses. Huge, massive icebergs out here, but you may notice a particular texture in these waters. It looks a little milky, a little foggy. There's a substance floating around these waters called glacial silt. Now, glacial silt is basically a rock powder. Okay, this rock powder comes from the glaciers. Over time, the glaciers have carved out the valleys in these mountains. As it's not doing that, it's really grinding the rocks in these mountains, creating that very fine rock powdery material. Glacial silt changes. Okay, the difference between low and high tide is about 32 feet on average. Okay, it can be as high as 40 feet. And tides can change very drastically out here, folks. It's the second highest tidal change in North America after the Bay of Fundy and Nova Scotia, Canada. And the tides on the deeper channels of this Turnagain Arm are relatively close to the road. We shouldn't have to look more than 300 feet out here in these waters to spot the beluga whales.
Burning the battery.
named by British explorer Captain James Cook. That's right, sailing up this region of Alaska in the late 1770s, searching for the Northwest Passage. You know, that highly coveted shortcut across the northern coast of Canada. And he was exploring his way through the southeast region of Alaska, looking, making his way northward up into this south-central region of Alaska, and he found a very long, narrow body of ocean water. He thought he'd finally found that shortcut, that Northwest Passage. So he started sailing his way up that long, narrow body of water, now known as the Cook Inlet. That's right, Captain Cook sailing his way up Cook Inlet, naming things after himself. And right where Anchorage is today, the Cook Inlet forks into two smaller bodies of water known as arms. In the northern arm, just north of Anchorage, is called the Knik Arm, spelled K-N-I-K. Captain Cook, he was really disappointed to find the Knik Arm dead-ended at the base of the Knik Glacier. So he was forced to turn around, and he did what he could. He sent some expedition teams up this body of water, constantly fighting the mud and the tidal changes. The last ultimately discovered this arm dead-ended as well, back behind us at the Wildlife Conservation Center. So he was forced to turn his boat around again. That's the name of this body of water, the Turn Again. That's right, the Turn Again arm.
Turn again.
I love driving along this section of the Seward Highway, the rest of the way to Anchorage, beautiful scenery. Now, the mountains that we had been hanging out with back in Whittier, they're in front of us to our right. These are the Chugach Mountains. Okay, the Chugach Mountains. Chugach is an Alaska Native term that means where water gathers. So a lot of rain, like I mentioned, a lot of precipitation in Whittier, back in Portage Valley. Now the Kenai Mountains are the mountains across the waters that turning an arm to our left. Kenai Mountains. Now Kenai is spelled K-E-N-A-I. Kenai, also an Alaska Native term that means the flatlands. So admire those majestic flatland mountains across the waters that turning an arm. They're beautiful. Wow. Yeah, they don't look too flat today, do they? And they eat a little bit more wood. That's not a bad tree to lick there, too. Simply a fence. Okay, the reindeer basically domesticated caribou. Well, folks, as I've mentioned, they do have food options here at the Wildlife Conservation Center. They do offer reindeer hot dogs. So if that piques your interest, go grab a reindeer.
See the head. Can you get a close-up?
Live each day and get stoked. Be sure to get some rest. Go new places and try new things. Keep living the dream. Recognize the opportunities and do them while you can. All the money in the world won't matter if you don't take the time to live with no regrets.
Little baby.
Find your passion and go for it. Balance work with play. Enjoy this life God has blessed you with. Keep living the dream. We don't know how much time we have, so make the moments count. 'Cause all the money in the world don't matter if you don't share those priceless times with those you love. 'Cause all the money in the world don't matter if you don't take the time to live with no regrets. Keep living the dream. Keep living the dream. Keep living the dream.
Huge, huh? The head is so big. And he stands up. I wonder how tall he is.
They don't even feel cold.
Think how cold that water must be.
Oh, you are right. They are fat.
Oh yeah,
You are recording this, right, Louis?
Yep, he is. Battle bears. It's time for a battle. They really hurt me.
Nice.
Is this my third one of the battle? Battle each other.
This is a wildlife sanctuary for animals, and some have been injured, or some of these animals were thought to be extinct here in Alaska, so they brought some muskox. This is elk right here I'm looking at. They brought these from Oregon and Washington. And there's an area that they brought the muskox, I believe, from Canada. So I need to find that area.
Oh, now that one's got a bigger wrap.
This is cool, this wildlife sanctuary for animals. And I just saw two big, huge brown bears. They're in the water and they're exhibiting dominance over the area. Okay, I'm gonna walk back to where I need to go and hopefully I'll find Suzette. I think she's in the gift shop. These are elks from Oregon and Washington. This is a common raven in the dead tree. And there's another one sitting on top of that dead tree to the right. There are two ravens. Oh, there's another raven in that other tree. Wow, pretty cool, this wildlife sanctuary. Okay, I found a small little herd of muskox, and they brought this herd from Canada. And there's a little baby one in the corner. Oh, here's one right here. Oh, cool. There's a little baby one walking.
This baby is. Like, that's a movie. He's like still kind of stumbling or something.
Yeah, it might be a newborn. The way he's walking.
He has a nunchuck.
Oh,
I think he's that.
still a big animal.
Can we pet it?
Oh.
Can pet the
That's the playful one. Yeah.
It's the porcupine. He's coming this way. Look at him.
Mommy, it's going under his house.
Here I found the eagle enclosure. There's the eagle back there. And I heard he is wounded. And he's looking right at me.